Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and our series of reviews on all things Santa Cruz for 2024. Al, Santa Cruz, brand new in the shop here at BigBearBikes.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, a really big deal, really excited about it?
Yeah, we are super excited. No, Santa Cruz just landed in store maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So yeah, it's great to get our hands on them, get a bit of feedback from ourselves, just trying the bikes, and yeah, we've had a lot of interest already as well.
And this bike is like a unicorn, isn't it? It's hard to get hold of, it's hard to spot, the Heckler SL. Hugely popular. Why is it such a big deal?
So within the e-bike world, there's always been, they started off with the full powered, go anywhere bikes, but now that's filtering down and they're making lighter versions.
Okay.
So the lighter bikes are fairly new. They've only been about 12 months, 18 months, kind of been growing. Santa Cruz were a bit late to the party, but they've just released the SL maybe about 6 months ago. And yeah, it's in hot demand. They're hard to get hold of, and there's a lot of interest behind it. So, I mean, what are the lightweight e-bikes? I ride one, not a Santa Cruz yet, but basically, they're a bit more engaging to ride. Okay. So the full fat ones are great. You can go anywhere, not worry about running out of battery. These have smaller batteries to them, so it limits how far you can maybe ride. But when you point and shoot it down a trail, it's a lot more agile, a lot more fun to ride, and it gives you that more natural, acoustic bike feel. So that's the selling point for them, and a lot of people are really interested. So it's definitely something to consider if you're in the e-bike market.
So just talk me through the stats then. So in terms of power, what have we got? In terms of range, battery, what have we got?
So on this bike, it's got the Fazua, the Ride 60 motor. So that's 60 Newton meters of power with a 430 watt hour battery. That is pretty ballpark for that lightweight category of e-bikes. The full powered e-bikes tend to have like 85 Newton meters with a 600-700 watt hour battery. So nearly double the size of this. So to save that weight, they've put a smaller battery, smaller motor, which is enough, gets you back to the top of the hills, but when you're going back down, you haven't got that weight hindering the agility of the bike.
But actually, for a lightweight bike, that battery's bigger than some of those we've seen on other similar products.
Yeah. So I mean, TQ would be another lightweight equivalent. So that's like a 50 Newton meter and a 360 watt hour battery. So this is
20% more power.
Yeah.
And 20% more range.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, the range on this bike is probably going to be 30, potentially 40 miles if you're very economical on it, but that's enough for most people.
Yeah. It's a long time on a mountain bike, isn't it?
Yeah, especially the reason why I love these is because I do a lot of sort of short downhill runs, like the off-piste sort of stuff. Yeah. And one of these just gets me back up the climb twice as quick for me to get more downhill runs in.
So you're sessioning your favourite trail.
Exactly. It's basically your own uplift bike.
Love it. So if I'm thinking about a Heckler SL, I'm guessing I've got some spec options. Yeah. Talk me through what that looks like from Santa Cruz.
Yeah, so I mean, the Heckler SL, just as a general, the style of bike, so the travel on it is 160mm at the front, 150mm at the back. Okay. So it's a capable bike in terms of travel. It's definitely that trail enduro sort of range. It's mullet setup, so it's got a 29-inch wheel at the front and a 27.5 at the back. That gives it the agility. The smaller back wheels, basically, they turn in easier. You switched to a mullet setup yourself, didn't you? Yeah.
Back in the last year. How have you found that?
I'm a convert. I used to be full 29er, and now, I tried this, and I've totally agree with it. I can feel the difference.
You raced this weekend with that setup, right?
Yeah. No, it's a nice. You get best of the both worlds. The big front wheel rolls over the bumps, carries momentum, whereas the small back wheel gives that that turn in. It feels a lot more agile, faster turn in really. So it gives it a bit more agility.
And the pros all seem to be going that way.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into your downhill and that sort of stuff, and you look at the top guys racing, I think most people in the race scene now are running the mullet wheels. So it's definitely a thing.
It's where it's at.
Definitely
it's where it's at. So then frames, everything's carbon, right?
Yeah. So that's a unique feature of Santa Cruz. Obviously, it adds a price to it, but yeah, they only do Santa Cruz. They only do carbon. But they do two different types of carbon. So they do the Carbon C and the Carbon CC. Okay. So basically, the CC is the lighter weight carbon. It's got a slightly different layup, and you save about 200 grams on a frame. So a little bit. I don't think you would ever notice it riding one, especially not an e-bike, but it's a nice thing to have if you want that.
And once I've chosen my frame option, what are my builds?
So there's 3 or 4 sort of spec builds in the bike. So they start with the R level build, which we obviously get the more entry price point components. So the suspension, the wheels, the brakes, that sort of thing. They might be that sort of entry level. Still definitely good enough to hit most things. But then as you go up the range, you go to the S build, which is next. So you'll get a slightly better suspension. The brakes, the gears will all, you know, step up a little bit. This bike here is quite a high spec. So this is the GX Axis. So you've got the wireless SRAM Axis gears on here. You've also got the reserve wheels. So reserve wheels are Santa Cruz's own product, and basically really highly regarded in terms of mountain bike wheels. They do aluminium and carbon options. These are the aluminium ones, but basically crash replacement, lifetime warranty on them. So if you're an aggressive rider, or you want to ride in confidence and you're not going to worry about smashing if your carbon wheels, they're 1,600 quid. So, but you can ride in confidence because you don't have to worry about breaking those. Because even if you do, and it's your fault, you've landed a jump wrong, they'll just give you a new one. So,
and warranty's a massive deal full stop with Santa Cruz, right?
Yeah, they really do. They like look after you. If you get a Santa Cruz, you know, not only with the reserve wheels, that's a great selling point, but with the frame bearings, you get a lifetime warranty on your frame bearings. So
as well as a lifetime warranty on your
frame. On the frame, yeah, exactly. But the bearing side of things, if you ride, you know, quite consistently, and especially in the UK where we have wet, you know, muddy conditions a lot of the time, your bearings are a consumable item. So they wear out. When they wear out your frame, you know, you get creaks and, you know, it feels loose. So you want to keep on top of those. And if you're riding a lot, it might cost you £100 to replace your frame bearings. But with Santa Cruz, it's free. They just, you know, you need a new set, they send you them.
Nice.
So really nice touch. And if you like, you know, if you do a lot of riding, it saves you some money.
Like it a lot. So just run me very quickly then through the spec on this bike then. So you mentioned there we've already got GX, AXS.
So you've got the GX Axis T-type gears. You've got the aluminium reserves on here. So tubeless ready, out of the box, good to go. You've got a really nice suspension platform. So you've got the new RockShox Lyrics. These are the Select Plus model. So it's got all the nice high speed and low speed compression. So you've got plenty of adjustability within
exactly as you want it.
Exactly. You've got a Super Deluxe rear shock with again the same lockout, rebound adjustability on that. There's only one spec really above this, which is the XO Reserve, which was basically the suspension would step up again. You would jump to carbon wheels, and you would jump up to the XO T-type gears. So yeah, this is fairly high spec.
Beautiful bike. If I want more range, if I want more power, where am I going?
The full Fat Heckler. So this is the Heckler SL. You could either look at the Heckler or the Bullet. Okay. So the Bullet is the Heckler's sort of more aggressive brother. It's got more travel. It's a mullet as well. So if you live in some really technical terrain and you want a capable bike downhill, that is basically a downhill bike that gets you back to the top.
The whole e-bike racing scene's booming right now, right?
Yeah, no, we just did an event at the weekend, a local enduro with 1,000 riders, and there's 300 e-bikes there.
Wow.
So that goes to show that it's creeping into all categories, and it's really fun to see. Our supported rider Robbie actually won that whole event on an e-bike, so they're definitely not slow. And people could say, well, yeah, obviously he's won it because it's on an e-bike, but the average speed is like 20 mile an hour. So and
he beat 299 other people on an e-bike, so he's also fast.
Oh yeah, yeah,
rapid fast.
Really fast. Yeah.
If people love Santa Cruz but they don't want an e-bike, what would be an equivalent in sort of traditional pedal bike?
So the Bronson is the non-equivalent e-bike version of this. So same travel, mullet wheel.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a range of non-electric bikes from Santa Cruz that would suit a wide range of people.
And here in the shop, we've got pretty much everything from Santa Cruz already.
Yeah, so we've got all the e-bikes. We've got the Mega Tower, the Nomad, the Bronson, High Tower, whatever you're interested in. We've got them all here, and you can test ride.
Test ride every bike. And I think, do you know what I was going to say? That's probably the big deal, because if actually you're already watching this video and you're going, oh, I know I want an electric bike, I know I want a lightweight electric bike. We've got 3 great options in the shop.
Yeah, you've got, exactly. You can try pretty much every all the current best motors.
So if
in
you're,
the
if,
e-bike
you're,
world.
if you're a big fan of TQ, you've got the Trek Fuel EXE.
We've got the 50 Newton meter TQ on the EXE.
Yeah.
We've got the Ride 60 system on the Santa Cruz SL, and then we've got the full powered Bosch, the full powered Yamaha, and then on the full powered Hecklers and the Bullet, that's the Shimano EP801. So you could you could back to back everyone.
A frame design, sit there and smash out high bikes like Trek's Fuel EXE and then Santa Cruz Heckler SL.
Yeah, there's just, you know, because it is confusing. If you're seriously looking at an e-bike and you're just browsing the internet, you can blur your own mind. You do need to just come have a test ride and try them. And yeah, it's the best way.
There's nothing more to say, guys. 100 bikes on display here, everything from Santa Cruz in stock and available now, but actually 2 other awesome brands, so you can test ride the bikes back to back, as Al's just said. Come and see Alistair, come and meet the team. If you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. If you want to learn more about the bike, visit our website, bigbearbikes.co.uk, or call into the shop here in Pickering. Hopefully you've enjoyed that, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.
Thank you.